everyone, welcome to diyprojects. So in today's video we are going to be making a little jewelry box, trinket box, whatever you want to call it, using these wooden boxes from Hobby Lobby. These are just the little wooden boxes that are part of the Woodpile collection there at Hobby Lobby. You know, you can find these just down on the aisle where all the wood stuff is. And I've already painted one of them just for sake of time. And so I wanted to just come on here and let's just finish it. So I painted it in this Valspar color sample paint that I had. This is a really pale pink color, and I've had it for quite a long time, but it was just the perfect color that I was looking for. And so I painted it. I did a few coats of that, and then I also put the Dixie Belle clear coat in the satin on top of it. And I just think it's just a really soft, pretty color, pink. Like I said, it's just really light, and I don't know how well you can see. It kind of looks different in different lights, but we're going to be using the Delicate Roses transfer from Redesign with Prima. And I like these transfers just for smaller projects like this. They seem to work really well for this type of project. So I also have a little piece of felt here that we're going to put on the inside just to kind of finish it off and kind of elevate it a little bit. So let's just get started. So I am using this part of the Delicate Roses stamp. They have a couple of these bundles like this in here, and I thought this one would just be perfect on here. So I am going to kind of turn it to where it will fit completely on there. And I just think this transfer is just absolutely gorgeous. And so I'm just kind of going over it a little bit, and I have my transfer tool here, so we're just going to start working it with this transfer tool. And the top coat on here should help. The Valspar looked like it might have had a top coat because it was a nice satin finish when I finished it, but I wanted to be sure, so I have put another one with the Dixie Belle. So you guys, do you ever get these samples of paint from Lowe's or Home Depot? Just to try out for the colors? I really like to pick them up, especially like once they put them on clearance, because I like to try out different colors and I like to try out different paints. I'm not committed to one type of paint. I think the fun part of creating is just trying out different brands and pigments and just to see how they all work. So I really like to do that. So I like to pick them up whenever, like I said, I really like them whenever I find them on clearance. But they're, you know, they're just really acrylic paint. So, I mean, if you're already using acrylic paint in your artwork, in your art journal, then, you know, they work just fine. Okay, I think it's finally all adhered. You know, sometimes these transfers, even with your top coat, they don't want to go on as easily. But that looks beautiful. Look how that looks. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. I just love how that looks. All right, and now I have a little one, and I'm gonna put that right under the little latch on here, and it just says loved. And so I want to put that one right under here. just to remind the person when every time they open this, that they are loved. Because it's important. That's important that people know how much they are loved and the impact that they make on our lives. And I think that's one of the reasons that I really like to make gifts and things like this, because you can add little messages to things that just make it a little bit more meaningful to people, and you know, makes them feel special because you took your time and your energy to make something and you thought about them as you put it together. And I think that's really important, you know, especially when, you know, we live in a time when there's so many places to shop and there's so many options, but you know, it's kind of the same thing from place to place. And so when you make something with your own hands and you give it thought and your energy, I just think that is just a beautiful, beautiful thing. All right, let's see how this one's coming off. Oh, that looks perfect. Look, you guys, isn't that sweet? Oh my goodness. All right, so then I have two more little ones I'm gonna put just on the sides, just because. So I have, this is just one of the little flowers again from that collection. And I'm gonna let this one, I was gonna let it carry over to the top, but I don't think I am. The one thing that I do notice more with these redesign is sometimes they're harder for me to get these down than the IOD. And so maybe they're just made differently, I'm sure, since they're two different companies, but you just go slowly and then start to pull up so you can see that everything is transferring down. And there is how that looks on that end. And then we're just going to put a butterfly on this side. And then we're going to just put our sweet little felt in there. And we'll be done. So, a pretty quick and easy project after you kind of get it painted and put your top coat on there. I did about 3 coats of this paint onto this box. Partly because it was just so light, and I wanted to make sure that it you know, that it really covered the wood. Alright, so there's the little butterfly. So, oh my gosh, you guys, it's such a sweet little box. I just love it. So now we're just going to take our felt, and I've already cut it, and I just measured it by, I just put my felt down in the box and then just used a graphite pencil to go around it. And we're just going to use our tacky glue to put that in there, because I don't want to put the hot glue, because you know, You can feel that hot glue underneath. So I'm just putting a really good bit of this tacky glue on here. And then what I'm going to do really is I'm just going to kind of brush it around with my paintbrush. Just to get it, make sure it's kind of all over. And then we're just going to put this down. So we just put this down and just, you know, go over around the edges and just kind of smush it down in there. And then you can see how it just gives it a really nice look on the inside of the box. So I really like that little touch to it. And then the very last thing that I'm going to do, and this is totally optional, but I have this stamp. It has handmade, and then it has my name. And so I got this years ago on Etsy. And so I like to add, you know, this to gifts when I'm giving things. And so I have this fern green, and I'm gonna just use that, and I'm gonna stamp it on the bottom, just kind of right in the middle. And then the last thing that I want to do is I do want to take this fern green and go around the edges of this box just to kind of finish it off a little bit and give it just a little bit more color. And this matches the leaves on this perfectly. This box, I don't know how well you can tell, but it has like a groove around, you know, the top of it, and so this is picking up just those grooves, and so it looks really, really neat like that. And then I also kind of want to do that around these edges, because you guys know by now that's kind of my signature thing that I like to do. And so it just elevates it a little bit. I got some right on there. That's okay. We'll go and fix that. But see, it just like, it gives it a little bit more character. So I really like it. I think it turned out just the way that I wanted. And I just hope you guys give this a try. So pick up some of these little wooden boxes. They come in all shapes and sizes. And then just play around. Get out your paint and get out your transfers and just see what you can create. And start thinking about the people that you have on your list that maybe you want to give something to. Or maybe just make one for yourself. So, as always, love and light to you all. And we'll see you again real soon.